So you like doxing people's families, huh, Six? Don't worry, I got you. Viewer discretion advised, as we're going to be broaching some sensitive subjects today, and for those of you unfamiliar with the target we're discussing, this may come as a shock or surprise. This is your one warning. Today, our subject is an anomaly and a familiar one on this channel. Although I don't like to cover someone more than once, it seems I have to. With over 30,000 followers on Twitch and nearly 80,000 followers on TikTok, it seems he's only picking up momentum, but the question is how? For those of you expecting a roast, I want to preface this video by stating that this is not to poke fun at anyone featured in the video. I'm going to keep the jokes to a minimum due to the subject matter, as we pull back the beef curtains on the rising star of hate and infamy, known as 6ARAKIN. A bit of context. 6ARAKIN is a streamer best recognized on TikTok and Twitch as very boastful, arrogant, and almost delusional. Now, I want you to keep delusional in mind, as it's going to be playing a major role later on in this narrative. A prime example would be referring to himself as a god, claiming everyone else is beneath him, and generally talking down to anyone and everyone he comes in contact with. But don't take it from me, here are a few examples of this exact behavior.
Out of 2 rounds, actually.
Oh, get the out of here, man!
Son, bitch!
Say it! Say it!
He's recognized for playing a variety of games from GTA to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, but mostly arcade-style fighting games such as Mortal Kombat, Tekken, and Multiverse. He takes handouts he refers to as donations or tips in exchange to challenge him in a game, as well as leaving a text-to-speech comment. During these challenges, he will berate his opponents, speaking down to them or insult their skill level, with his win-loss ratio being about on par with Paul Walker in Concrete Lampposts. Regardless of this though, his chat and TTS would begin to light up with laughter, hate, and bullying coming from the majority of his audience, as Six would attempt to defend himself against the rising criticism. On the surface, all of this seems pretty harmless, right? Clearly he's just playing the role of a villain that you can hate watch, someone you can root against, and he's meant to rile up the masses to take action against him. All of this being the case, it seems like a win-win. He gets to play the bad guy, and you have a Twitch live melodrama featuring a litany of characters. But this is only the tip of the iceberg that goes much deeper and darker. Let me explain. For someone unfamiliar, the typical Twitch tourist, or someone who isn't paying attention, they may not notice the way that he speaks to some of his challengers. From racist to homophobic remarks.
Alright, where's this bastard? Where is he? You ever been fucked by a man before?
Nope, not at all.
You intend to?
Not interested in it.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Good boy.
To some incredibly dark and inappropriate comments involving children.
You ever been bent over before? You just got bent over. Tell your parents. His anal virginity has been taken today.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This was your first sign, and what people would quickly take notice of as his channel grew in popularity. These comments, responses, and controversies would carry over to his Discord, as well as the growing hate within his community. It seems as though ARAKIN was building his name off of being as hated as possible, finding a niche in the drama sphere of Twitch and TikTok. This, as well as the growing desire to see Six receive his comeuppance, would bleed over into the YouTube community, as new viewers were finding content and watching ARAKIN get destroyed by other fellow competitors, from regular or new players to professional tournament elites. This would culminate in a handful of channels dedicated to documenting ARAKIN and the streamers like him. The two most popular being OCD Gamer and Chicken Warlord, to other smaller content creators invested in seeing him exposed for the true villain they saw. It seems the content surrounding this fractured individual is continuing to have no end in sight. But before we continue down that road, let's step away from the time in the spotlight on YouTube and take a look at his other community growing on his Discord. The majority of them believed to be under the age of 18, although this isn't verified, but my personal opinion. The majority of his content can be summed up as anything from gaming streams to a Mandingo party where Six always takes the role of the white chick. It's drama mixed with toxic behavior that primarily entertains white women with no spouse or offspring, typically in their 40s. Or children. Now, this is not to say that Six hasn't cultivated an audience anywhere in between, but most of them are capable of seeing the cracks forming around him and wise enough to notice who he seems to really be. By skimming through his Discord or its many channels, you could be forgiven for missing where most of these controversies can be found. Many would see the same behavior of bullying and mockery that you can expect from his live streams, as well as the typical glazer just expecting to hear from the would-be celebrity himself, as well as connecting with the community that seems so desperate to have him removed. Blink though and you may miss the plethora of inappropriate comments he's alleged to make about underage girls, screenshots he may have shared, as well as either admitting to or openly joking about what he believes the age of consent should be. Mix this in with his previously mentioned behavior.
Alright, buddy, let's get serious here.
Guys, no one done that. No one done that. Lock off the Discord, moderators. Lock off the Discord.
And for the trained eye, you may see a pattern of depravity, although some of you may find it as edgy humor. When you're accused of posting pictures of children in bikinis in your general chat, in your Discord, filled with children,
6 years are posting children in bikinis.
Guys, there's nobody in the Discord. Guys, just...
it begins to reveal someone with an unhealthy obsession that he doesn't mind revealing to his audience, or someone who isn't capable of understanding where to draw the line. A lot of the time, you may see him refer to himself as a god, or a boogeyman, or a monster. But the reality is closer to the truth than he knows. But on this channel, we like to shine a light on these monsters and reveal that under his mask, he's nothing but a coward. He isn't scary, he isn't edgy. He may be mentally ill, but stick with me, because the depravity goes so much deeper. Some of you may be aware of one of my fellow YouTubers and streamer, OCD Gamer. But for those of you out of the loop, OCD is a well-known YouTuber in the 6ARAKIN community and one of the main players in the history of 6ARAKIN. Although OCD started his channel making content surrounding various games, it would only be about a year ago that he would begin to document Six and his losing streak, hosting a series titled Not Winning, a transformative series which features clipped footage of Six's many bouts featuring other creators, fighting game regulars, or complete randoms, with OCD including commentary, observations, and personal opinions. As of recently, OCD has had his video hit by none other than 6ARAKIN himself and his cronies. Some of you may not be aware of the YouTube copyright process, so let me fill you in. When you are claimed or false claimed for a video posted, including videos accused of copyright infringement, you are given 3 different options by YouTube. 1. You can accept the strike and wait 90 days for removal of the strike. This may seem like a pretty unacceptable option for someone not in the wrong. In the case of OCD, his videos fall under fair use as transformative, informative, and educational. It is not copyright infringement. 2. You can counterclaim the strike, in which the opposing party has 10 days to file a lawsuit against you, otherwise the strike is removed and your video is clear of any wrongdoing. Seems like the best form of action, but hold on. When you file a counterclaim, you release your personal information to the party flagging your video. So, I'll give you a few moments to consider what Six might do with this information. Or 3, you can personally reach out to the party that's claiming your content and possibly resolve the issue internally. Hopefully, if I've proven anything to you at this point, it's that this individual is unstable and not willing to listen to reason. If not, stick around. Seeing no other viable option, OCD opted for counterclaiming as part of his livelihood is on the line and this video falls under fair use.
You may take back your claim of copyright at any time if you change your mind. If you want it to be uncopyrighted, it's been taken down now.
Okay, your time's up. Have you guessed what Six would do with the information? Six would use OCD's personal information to dig up pictures of his family members and post them online as his own form of harassment, which he deemed as fair game.
Any family I've posted is my own family. Let me not even talk too much, he says, whenever he doesn't know what to say.
Trying to say I'm his family? What?
So, I'm OCD Gamer, this is my house, and this is my family.
You want to try that again, Six?
Any family I've posted is my own family.
After which he would choose to not take legal action over the copyright claim for what I can only assume is no ground to stand on. And after waiting his 10-day time to lapse, he would threaten to false strike again. But if you have any reason at this point to doubt what he's capable of, how about we hear it from Six himself?
Don't break it when Turtle
OCD,
Days
have you
comes
seen
in.
Six Discord messages?
Yeah, cry about it.
Brags about getting off to CPM's post.
Cry about it.
Six, you literally admitted you
Play
are
the
gonna
game.
false strike OCD every 10 band long.
Yeah, cry about it. Do something about it.
Now, I've had the chance to speak with OCD since this has all gone down, and although this is a difficult subject to share himself, he had a few words he wanted to get off his chest about what he's been going through, and I would appreciate it if you'd pause to take the time to hear him out. It's very clear that this comes from a place of disillusion surrounding YouTube's policy when it comes to harassment, retaliation, and doxing. OCD needs your support, and remember that you can help keep people like Six from abusing copyright laws. Remember that this is an ongoing situation, and as of the update about this video, Six has already reached out in my comments and has already threatened to strike it before it's even released. And although I've only used a small portion of evidence I've been working with others to gather, I'll be saving the rest for the authorities when Six decides to take this video down. In conclusion, if you still doubt what type of person Six is, or if you still hold some bias over his true nature, I want you to remember that he may very well be playing a character. But a character willing to admit to posting CP in his Discord, or admits to false copyright striking because he doesn't appreciate the criticism and thinks he's making an example out of anyone who challenges him. Just remember, he thinks he's above all of you. So let's knock him down a peg and make sure he understands exactly where he sits on the totem pole. In my opinion, this is a delusional man who never excelled at anything in his life, and nearing the halfway mark, he's desperate to be anything other than the nobody he is. Six can pretend to be Tony Montana all he wants to be, but at the end of the day, his cocaine-covered desk is really just filled with empty McDonald's wrappers and his dusty-ass dildo in the background, and his $1 million mansion is just a rundown flat on the shithole side of town. Or treats his competitors with some bias due to race, religion, even gender, and especially age.
Where's Logan?
You're warned about a 2-year-old, bro. You are a pedophile.
Yeah,
Somebody
Logan?
with that fucking, that little twist TTS, can one of y'all say he's a pedophile, bro? He's warned about it.
This is either someone who doesn't care to expose himself for the low life that he is, or someone completely delusional about how far he can go as a character for his audience. Take the proper precautions and report any wrongdoings to Twitch, Discord, YouTube, or even Instagram support teams, as well as authorities, and as a collective audience, we hold the power. Six and his cronies can't stop us, and we can make the platforms just a bit safer. If you want to help show your support for OCD, I'll leave his channel in the description. Go give him a sub and show him some love. If you want to help spread awareness, please share the video around. Let's make this my most viewed video, if for nothing more than to show the people who Six really is. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. Quick announcement, my merch store has gone live, and I've got some horror-themed gear in honor of one of my favorite months. We've marked everything down as we don't really care about making a profit. We just want to make it affordable for you lovely people that want to collect. Don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe for more, and leave me a comment. A massive shout out to my patrons, Jessica, Pulped Milk, George, and Jesse. Thank you to my editor and channel artist who couldn't participate in this video. But as always, until next time, be well.